Okay, got a big diamond box. Not one I created, but one, well, I created it who knows how long ago. There is no number on this, which is not surprising because I never grabbed the large diamond boxes when I was in New York, just the smaller ones because they're heavy and bulky. But since working in Omaha, at a comic shop, I grab them because they're nice and big and they have their uses. So let's just dive right into it. There's going to be a lot of books in this. So, as you saw in the thumbnail, totally inside man. 366 pages of reprints, of course. From the 80s, it looks like. Oh, no, there's stuff from the 60s. And some historical background as well. Little sidelines. So, this is not a very good binding. It's starting to wobble on me. Okay, and that other side, I'm going to do halves and halves. We have the originals, the Essential Edition. I have the regular edition here somewhere. Dave Gibbons, black and white. Just beautiful storytelling. I think the original might have been like half that size. Like that big. But it's beautiful artwork, so it deserves it. Ooh, breaking news, alien alert. Teddy, a bear gets abducted by aliens? I just want to read this now. And then, yes, it's comics in it and beautiful artwork. I guess something gets abducted, and then, here we have, oh, this is good. This is a catalog from Toy Fair, probably 3 or 4 years ago. Bon Bao, Educational Building Blocks. One of the many Lego copycats, let's put it that way. Okay. They do a lot of toys. Most of it is, yes. Okay. I'll get to a moment why I picked this up. But one thing I really liked, and this is something I wish Lego would do, is display boxes and fixtures. Okay, I'll show you this. That gives you an idea, right? I saw that booth, I thought, that's brilliant, right? Walls, slat wall, and the pieces that attach to it. Some with studs, some are modular, and just amazing, right? And it's Banbao, B-A-N-B-A-O, right there, .com. Now, but walking by the booth, the thing that stopped me dead in my tracks was this. Peanuts. Now, here's the problem with Peanuts from a kid's standpoint, from a toy standpoint. A lot of merchandise, right? Most of the merchandise is not toys. Stuffed dolls, jewelry, appliances. There's a snow cone maker, remember that? The toothbrush, Snoopy's Doghouse toothbrush, stuff like that. But there's not a lot of play potential in Peanuts because the comics don't inspire play communities. Most of it is the kids sitting around talking, right? Snoopy is the most popular character because he's the only one who has an imagination and tells things. But anyway, I don't know how popular these were, how successful these were, but I think I did a post on Comic Speed about these. Here, I'll just do a quick. And again, you'll notice that most of this is Snoopy because Snoopy, and I think there was even a Snoopy-style Barbie doll where you can dress him in different clothes, different outfits, because that's Snoopy. He has a crazy imagination. Yeah, World War I Flying Ace is a big thing. He's got the Boy Scout or the Scout Troop thing. He's been a lawyer. And then there's all different things in here. Different play sets. Regular normal stuff. Dragons. Dinosaurs. City. Trendy Beach. Turbo Power. It's kind of cool. They almost look like remote control cars. And they have a Techniques line. Pow Pow Bing Special Team. I don't know if that's a license or not, but there you have it. Snoopy. Lego, Snoopy Lego. If you want to call it that. Don't recommend it, but there you go. Next, another promotional item. Ooh, sticker sets. Star Wars: The Visual Dictionary. Lego. So Luke, Han, and Anakin. Wow, young Anakin. Real old Anakin. Old man Anakin. That's what I should call him. Old man Anakin. Hey, you kids, get off my Death Star. And blue, I think, is Django. The green is. Oh. What if, how many other Mandalorians have that? What call it? Helmet pattern like that with the colors. Are they all the same clan if they have that same? I don't know. And also in here we have Comic Heroes, a big magazine. Actually comes in this envelope because they have a certain size. Comic Heroes will make an SFX magazine. I haven't opened it. But inside, three. View that to is this like the Anglo-American obscene hand gesture? And is this, is this flipping off a Vulcan? I don't know. Discuss. But anyway, 3. I don't know what that means. Peace, man. 3. Fabulous Gifts. Batman Pin Badge. Psychic Sampler Comic. And giant double-sided poster before Watchmen in spandex. And, oh yeah, there's Frank Thor. Let's see. There we go. There's the Watchmen. I don't know what that spandex is. And many, much more. All for the low price of $19 American. Yes, sir, bud. So, I didn't pay for that. That came through the magazine department, and I grabbed it. Yep. Next we have About Betty's Boob from Arakaya. And if I recall correctly, nope, not signed. I'll pick that up. Might have picked up a copy at a trade show somewhere. Depth. That kit. Nice hardcover editions. Oh, there's a DC Deluxe Edition. Rebirth. Deluxe Edition Book 2. Batman. This is Book 2, but there's no subtitle. Batman 1633 and Annual 1. So Bane basically seeks revenge. What an original story. Next we have Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Hard Traveling Heroes. One of the most reprinted works in superhero fiction. $49.99. By Denny O'Neil Adams. Let's do the other side first. Ooh, nice hardcover with a dust jacket. Ooh, Abe Sapien, The Drowning and Other Stories. Part of the Hellboy. Let's say the Hellboy Mistake. Well, that sounds. Sure, I believe the Hellboy Mistake. Hellboy not Mistake. Mystique. What was I saying? Anyway, Universe. Wonder Woman and Conan. Gail Simone. You know it's going to be good. BPRD, Hell on Earth, number 2. Yes, things go bad very quickly. And let me say this right out to Mike Mignola and or Dark Horse. Thank you. When you publish those comics, all the different Hellboy comics you do, first of all, that timeline you gave out one year at Comic-Con, perfect, wonderful, amazing. But on the comics, you have so many different series and miniseries. Thank you for putting an issue number within the comic, so you know what order to read the comics in. Here we have a copy of Marvel Comics Digest number 3, starring Thor. This was a nice digest produced with Archie Comics, who are expert in digests and have the real estate and distribution knowledge. What this was, basically, and I forget how many pages this is. Can you say on here? No. First of all, $6.99. Look at that, okay? Now, cut that in half. Cut that in half, and you have a regular, and you have what would be a comic book size. That's the size of the comic book. It's a little bit smaller, okay? What you get in here are usually about 10 stories. And what Marvel did is they each bi-monthly, 6 times a year issue, they linked it to whatever was the big media property it was in the movies. So here, I guess there was a Thor movie coming out. They said, let's do a Thor issue, right? Nothing but Thor. We start with To Wake the Mangog, right? Kirby, Lee, Coletta, Semic. And what's nice about this, because you have such real estate in here, you got probably 120 pages, right? You can do arcs, multiple issue stories. Okay, so just for example here, is this one of King's Kirby story too? No, that's Wine and Stern. Lean. Put this. Okay. This right there, those are classic Lee Kirby stories. Then you have Thunderer in the 31st Century. This is a reprint of the, I think, from the annual. And again, annual's not a problem because that's only, what, 64 pages? Yeah, placing. It's not even 64 pages, more like 50. But this, he goes into the future and meets the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Not the first Guardian, the 30th century version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Here's Spider-Man team-up from Marvel Age. With stories for middle grade readers. And again, it shrinks down perfectly. You can read that. It's legible. Here we got Marvel Adventures, another age-appropriate title. But overcolored my Earth's Mightiest Heroes Adventures with Ms. Marvel. Yeah, Ms. Marvel. Something Captain Marvel. And these were, I think, based on the TV show because those look like screen captures. So, great thing. I don't think it lasted long, but for a kid, and for an adult, this is $6.99 for the cost of 2 regular comics, which gives you 40 pages and maybe not even complete stories at that. You get basically, I think, 5 times that in here, easy. Right? So, if you see these lying around, I pick up digest wherever I see them. It doesn't matter who's in them. DC, Harvey, Jughead, Archie, Marvel. There's some Disney. Marvel did this years ago, back in the 80s. They tried a Spider-Man digest, didn't go. Because that real estate by the registers and grocery stores is valuable. Okay, that's that pile. Here we have The Hunting of the Snark, Lewis Carroll, Chris Riddell. Again, you've heard me praise Riddell all over the place. This is a nice little outtake, nice little story of Lewis in Wonderland, Alice in Wonderland. There's some black and white. Look at that, beautiful. Just look at that. Oh my Lord. Yeah, they're all looking at you. Isn't it eerie how the flies follow you? So again, anything he does, I'm going to look at. Here is an arc of Rutabaga, the Adventure Chef. Fun stuff. I think there's actual some recipes in here that don't work. But he is a wandering chef looking for new ingredients, and he gets into adventures. Yeah. Ooh. And on the bottom, actually it's the top, but I flipped it over because I didn't want it. We have two mass market paperbacks. Motley's Crew, which originally back in the day was $1.25, and Broomhilda. And yes, kids, back in the day, in the 70s and 80s, you had, well, 50s and 60s started it. But all the way up through, I think, early 90s, you go to a grocery store or a drugstore right next to the magazine stand, and it would have been a large one. You would have had a small book section, mostly paperbacks, Target as well. Depending on the size, it could be as tall as you, if not taller. Stock full of paperbacks. Usually there's a section of cartoon books. Mad ruled that market. But you would get other things like this. And if it didn't sell, you would strip off the cover, send it back, saying, oh, I threw away the rest, I destroyed it. And you would get credit from that from your distributor. I spent $2 on this. This was $1.50 back in the day from Ace. This is Tempo. $2. Right? Okay. All over the place. A lot of Peanuts books are like this. A lot of and that's how he marketed a lot of. They're lightweight. They're newsprint. They're cheap. I mean, I'm talking when I started in '85. I think they had just gone up in price to 95 cents. When a comic was 60, 65 cents. So, and so, quite a few of those in my collection. Oh, here we go. Dork. Evan Dorkin's anthology title, Through Slave Labor. This is reprinted by Dark Horse. $20, my friends. And some great stories in here. Of course, you have the, there's a Murder Family. Fisher Price Theater. Nice little 1-2 pages. You have page of strips. I think Milk and Cheese all got pulled out, if they weren't here. The Invisible College. And just brilliant, wonderful artwork. I think he's mostly a writer now. But again, he's on that list of people I said, hey, if he's writing, I'll look at it. If he's writing and drawing, I'll buy it. Pirate Corps. Don't know if that's been collected. Great continuing series he wrote, Set in the Future. I've just talked about it before. Here we have an arc. This is recent. I think this came out last, it was just to be published October 2019. The Seventh Voyage, Stanislav Lem, by John J. Muth, who is a brilliant master illustrator. Started in comics, illustrated Moon Shadow, which just got reprinted by Dark Horse. He then, probably got disgusted with the whole comics industry, went over and went into kids' books and became instantly beloved with his comics, with his kids' picture books. Beautiful. Again, this type of watercolor. And then graphics, Scholastic Graphics. This is not usual for them. They don't do this size graphic novel. Put this out. Fun story, good humorous story. It's that golden age of science fiction. The golden age of science fiction is 12 years old. This appeals to that middle reader. I think these series. I forget who this is. Taiki. That character. He's a recurring character in Stanislav Lem's stories. I think is appropriate to the middle grade audience. This is one of the more humorous stories where he is in a time travel pocket of the universe and he keeps meeting more and more versions of himself. But they can't agree on how to rescue themselves. Not a bad story, right? Here we have The Miami Giant, Arthur Yorings, Maurice Sendak. Ooh, there's something inside here. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, and I grabbed this because it is comics based. Maurice Sendak has done a few comic books, graphic novels, back when they weren't considered graphic novels. And the Night Kitchen has a few examples sitting in this. So I grabbed this because of that. I don't know if the author thumbnailed that. I just gave him a script, said, here, you're Maurice Sendak. Do your magic. Could be. Wouldn't surprise me. But he has, now, in another video, I talked about Selznick, Ryan Selznick, who had done The Adventure of Hugo Cabret and other stories. And I teased that he had redesigned the covers for Harry Potter, and that Scholastic, to celebrate, and they did this for the 20th anniversary for the hardcovers, replacing the Grand Prix covers. Earlier, they had replaced the Grand Prix covers with Kazu Kibuski. I'm going to slaughter his name, I'm sorry. Kazu, who does Amulet for Scholastic. Beautiful illustrations. But then the 20th anniversary came along. Yes, you are getting old. And Ryan Selznick did all 7 books and did them as a panorama. And here it is. I'm going to start with the, I guess, not Chamber of Horrors. Harry Potter Chamber of Horrors would be a good book, wouldn't it? No, this was The Philosopher's Stone. So I'm just going to slowly bring it by. And I'm sure you can figure out which book goes to which cover. Boom, boom, boom. Again, when they were promoting this, they had this huge banner, on a banner, right over their booth. Just beautiful. I don't know what happened to it. Hopefully, we'll put that back in this hardcover. Just a copy of my Sendak, so it doesn't get destroyed. It is kind of already. Maybe that would be better. I don't know. Yeah, Scholastic. No overlaps. Anyway, suitable for friend. Okay, so halfway done. Next side. Normal books. Not normal books, but regular size books. Hero Cats of Stellar City. Superhero Cats. What more do you need? Right? That's perfect. Oh! Yeah. Told you I had it. It's better be the one. Yep, there it is. 2018. That is wonderful. Here we have Twist of Fate, Paco Roca, a vivid account of World War II from the memory of a Spanish veteran. Fantagraphics. This is a black, by the way. There's Arc de Triomphe. Here's a sample. War memoir. Here we have Bacanudo, Linares, Volume 1. Great master, comic strip artist from Argentina, I believe. And yeah, I got him to do a sketch. Good fun comics. I believe it's all online. And this is, it's funny. Oh, no, postcard. And, decal. Because it's clever, but it's also very philosophical. Some recurring characters, but sort of like Peanuts. But not as depressing, I guess. There's another copy of number 1. I think this came through the office. Yes. I'll just pass it on to somebody. Here we have number 2. Number 3. And then we have Carol Morel, Louisa Nellenden, adapted by Mariko Tamaki. And she autographed it for me. From Humanoids. Interesting. Ooh, this is a good one. David Wiesner and Donna Jo Napoli. Napoli? David Wiesner, of course, is a multi-Caldecott winter book. Latest one, Mr. Waffles, which is actually a graphic novel. Tuesday, with frogs. This is an actual graphic novel about a sort of sideshow attraction at a pier. Mermaid who lives in a house that is designed especially for her. So they take the house and turned it into a multi-level aquarium. So there's just an example. And of course, there's a hidden secret. I have never met the man in person. There is a paperback, which was $17.99. Your library should have this. Definitely should have this. It's going to have a huge line. Smash, Trial by Fire. This is Candlewick. There's a piece of paper here. Book 1, which is superhero comics. There's an example of the art. Don't know who the audience is specifically. Oh, here we have, 2 copies of the same book. How to Make Awesome Comics by Neil Cameron. With Professor Panels and Art Monkey. And a nice $8.99 How to Draw Comics. That's the number 7. How awesome comics work. So there's a page that explains how it works, and then there is an art challenge. Art Monkey challenges you to draw. Let's just see. 17, 19, 20. So 21 lessons. And then they have the appendix of other stuff to draw. How to draw dinosaurs. There's appendix C. Oh, there it is. Mustaches. Isn't that a cool book? Every cartoon book should have that. Not so much, not just expressions, but how to do hair and facial hair. How to make a stamp. Creepy creatures, penguins. More fill-in-the-blank comics. And bonus pen-up challenge. Dun, dun, dun. Now, if I ever meet this person, Neil Cameron, this Phoenix is British, I'm going to have him do a self-portrait in the back. But anyway, this is $8.99. Published with Scholastic. There are a lot of good drawing books out there. But that's a good basic one to give the kids. Here we have 50 freaking years of Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers Gilbert Chilton. And I paraphrase them. Libraries will get you 3 times with no money, better than money will get you 3 times with no libraries. Ooh, this is an oldie. This is Sepe. Great illustrator, great cartoonist. In France, nothing is simple. You know him from the Nicholas books. He was from written by Rene Goscinny. Some of these are multi-panel. That's a nice wordless comic. All the others is sad. They're stuck indoors. The kids are up on the roof playing in the rain. Okay. Three-quarters of the way done. Sheets. This is an advanced reader copy. Even though it has a barcode on the back. Not for sale, it says. Nice use of color. Really nice use of color. Marjorie Glad feels like a ghost. Practical 13-year-old in charge of the family laundry business. Her daily routine involves forgiving customers, unbearable PE classes, and fastidious Mr. Zaubertuck, who's committed to destroying everything she voted for. Wendell is a ghost. Boy who lost his life much too young. His daily routine features ineffective death therapy, a sheet-dependent identity, and the dangerous need to seek purpose in a forbidden human world. And they meet. Okay. Almost done. Oh, God. It's a novel, prose novel. If it's anything like the other ones that they do, especially with Disney Press, this is going to be amazing. Dodo, Felipe Nunez for Kaboom. So it's middle grade readers. We have Incredibles 2, Heroes Are Home. Dark Horse. Yes. Very straightforward style. Pictures of Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain from, what was this? Manga Classics. Which seems to not be that part of Buddha. Oh, this is good. I like her artwork, her style a lot. This is Titty Time, Volume 2, the erotic comics of Amanda Lafrenes, 2013-2016. Beautiful, cute, yet sexy style. I think I discovered her in a anthology originally. Here we have The Con Artist, live at Comic-Con, July 19th, 22nd, a novel, Fred Van Lente. And there, he autographed it for me. Great writer of comics and other things. You want to learn stuff? Action Philosophers. Very good. Hey Kiddo. This was a an arc. Biographical comic. Could have been better edited, in my opinion. Good story. Won some awards. It helps kids even better. Nora Krug, Belonging. A German reckons with history and home. Every German still dealing with World War II. Here is one set of end papers. And here is the other set of end papers, both sides of our family. And the problem is, it's the old question, what did you do during the war, Daddy? Telling the story of her attempt to confront the hidden truths of her family's past in Nazi Germany, to stand the historical and personal forces that have shaped her life. Half my family is German. I still have relatives, close relatives in Germany. My mom was a child during World War II, youngest in the family. So yeah, you learn some stuff in this. This is from a German's perspective, but it goes into the whole what happened during the war, what happened after the war, how Germans deal with it now, how Germans deal with it from other people, because as soon as you say you're from Germany, no, it's not about wine, it's not about chocolate, it's not about all the crazy things they do with meat. It's the war. And God bless them, they're still talking about it, they're still dealing with it. Us, we seem to have forgotten all the things, all the lessons we learned from World War II, and we're repeating them. You know, something on his curse. Those who forget history are doomed to repeat it. Yeah, when does Crystal Knock happen? That's my next wonder. Here's okay, enough of that. Ocean Renegades by Abby Howard. Journey through the Paleozoic era. So again, fictional nonfiction. A Magic School Bus meets Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales, this nonfiction graphic novel series that explores prehistoric. I don't think this was in color, but that's fine because the line work does a really good job. And then we have another arc of Hocus and Pocus, a comic book you can play. Yep, multi-path adventure. What they call a game book. Quirk books. Not the first example. One of the latest. Comic Quest is a series. Oh, you can play either Hocus or Hocus. Wow. Time to play. Wow. And they put the page numbers in the artwork. And it flips to the panel with a matching number. All the panels are numbered. So each panel is its own page, so to speak. That is bloody. And then they just put the panel numbers on the bottom so you know where to flip to. You have, how's it at? 295 panels. And you have and then you have character sheets you can fill out with your experience points and all that. Oh man, okay. That's the way to do this, man. That is wow. I hope they did more. I really hope they did more. This is number one. This was $10. Great price for a graphic novel. Holy wow. Oh, and here's the previous volume, volume 1 of 2011, 2013. She's done a online comic. And I'm forgetting online. which is about, it's Toontown meets Mr. Rogers. No, Toontown meets Romper Room, I guess. Nope, can't show you that one. No, 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 no. 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 Something for everybody in here. Okay. I guess that's suitable. $25. And I'm blanking on the name of the book. But what it is you have real life cartoon characters doing this kid show, legacy kid show. So now it's the son of the father who started it. But you have, but it's a soap opera. So PG-13, I think. I don't think there's a lot of sex in it. Maybe some nudity. But it's cartoon sex. Literally cartoon sex. So I think it might be okay. I'll try to link it in the comments. Webcomic, I don't know if it's still being done. She might have paused it. But good series. And perfect style. Great style. Here we have Soupy Leaves Home. Cecil Castellucci, Jose Pimienta. Again, read whatever she's writing. She's doing some great stuff for DC Comics right now. There, of course, is her autograph. Nice bit of artwork. $15 from Dark Horse Books. And here we have adaptation of Ray Bradbury's Something Wicked This Way Comes. Ron Wimberly. You saw Prince of Cats earlier. And yes, I have him do a sketch for me. Filling away. So, and on that ends our box of books. Oh, just under 3/4 of them. Good. So, some good stuff in there. Some of the stuff I bought because I knew, generally because the creators were there, or it's the only way I could buy it because it was from the creators, like the erotic anthology. Others stuff I bought. Others were stuff I acquired. A lot of all the arcs, and or they came through as review copies through the office. So, a lot of graphic novels in there. All of it looks pretty darn good. Not a lot that I said it would be Trek, but yeah. Even though I did grab everything I could. If I saw a comic book in the slush file, I grabbed it. Graphic novel, or books about comics, or just cool stuff. That doesn't even mention all the stuff I grabbed for gifts for my nieces and nephews and family and friends. So that concludes my show and tell for the day. As always, thanks for watching. Do all the stuff they usually tell you to do in YouTube videos. Well, they don't tell you to do, but you do anyway. Play nice in the comments below. Don't make me ban you. Don't make me bring out the snark knife made of paper, because that cuts so much better. Because, yeah, you don't want to kill the person. You just want to give them agony. Nothing's quite as agonizing as a paper cut. So, be nice. Constructive criticism is always appreciated. If I'm doing something wrong or something I can do better, let me know. If you see something you saw here reminds you of something cool, share below. I'm always happy to learn about new things. That's one thing about having moved back to Middle America, to the Midlands, is I'm not seeing stuff as much as I used to. Comics at the office. That was the nice thing about the office, because there'd be stuff coming in there that you didn't see in comic book stores, under the radar, under the comics radar, so to speak. So that was one nice thing. Of course, having free books is always even better. It's just icing. And sadly, that's gone. So Discovery is a bigger problem now. Haven't been buying as many comics either lately, which is probably a good thing. So I've got so much stuff I could read down here now. I can probably just lock myself away here for the next 20 years. But I won't, because the weather's too nice outside right now. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks, bye.